Dizzy Gillespie plays the sax. You ever think how many hip hop lyrics are wrong that nobody corrected them? When they were putting it together.
I always said that till my guy did it, and I didn't correct him.
Who was that?
It's my man Sonny from my town. We did a record, and he said something. He said, "Sex in the City like Sharon McGee." He meant Sarah Jessica Parker, but he said another one, and then when nobody said nothing, then when it came out, I was like, damn, we didn't catch that.
I remember when Hov said 38 revolve like the sun around the earth. I was like,
it definitely doesn't revolve around the earth.
Yeah.
We'll let that
that was a big one too, Hov.
That was a big one.
Love to the OG, that was a big one.
And live from Atlanta, there's no bars off.
No bars off. Yeah. MCs take no bars off.
We are back, good people.
Yeah.
Live from
Burger
the
Bistro,
Burger Bistro, ATL.
Yes.
Shout out to my guy Sky Zoo for putting this together for us, man.
We appreciate
Beautiful
Sky.
spot, beautiful brand. Food is amazing.
Yeah.
Space is dope.
And this is an exciting episode. This is an open bar segment. When we started this thing, man, we said, and for all the people that are tuning in for the first time, no bars off. What we do here is we have our favorite verses, right? We listen to songs. A lot of y'all listen to music a lot of times, and you pick out verses that you love, verses that you replay, that you rewind. Mm-hmm. This is what we wanted to do. We wanted to take these verses, put them on a pedestal, big them up, break them down, salute the artist, the pen game, everything that goes into what the bars, the content, salute.
This is what it's about, man.
What we dreamed of was being able to talk to the authors,
to the creators of these bars,
to the writers,
like the writers, the people that took the time to put their pen and just even if you wrote it in your mind,
So this today is a dream because we get to have this in the establishment of one of our brothers, Sky Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up Burger Bistro.
Yes, sir.
If you are in the Atlanta area, please come through. The food is out of this world. I'm not just saying that because it's our people.
Yeah, it's not just a plug.
No.
This is real spill right here.
No.
It's serious. Food is amazing.
And even greater than that today, we have another brother of mine who I'm fortunate enough to be on records with. That I was introduced to many years ago now. It feels like over a decade. It's crazy.
Yeah, we getting over.
Yeah. We got to talk about the DJ drama, the brother in the game. Like it's so much things we could discuss. But like we do on No Bars Off, we talk about these bars.
Yes.
And the brother dropped the album, and we went through it, and we found verses. And we was like, okay, we gotta talk to him.
We need to bring him in for questioning.
So although we don't have a live studio audience yet, y'all at home, please show your love, give your applause to my man, Willie the Kid.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Willie, fellas.
How you doing, bro?
Appreciate
you,
man.
Good to have you,
man.
brother.
It's love, man.
Yes, sir.
Love. Yeah.
So, I know who you are. But then I realized how much I don't know.
Okay.
And I want you to, let's start off, just tell the people where you're from. Let's start there.
From Grand Rapids, West Michigan.
Okay.
Michigan, of course, in the Midwest, Detroit is the biggest city, the largest city, the most known city in Michigan. But Grand Rapids is on the west side.
Okay.
So we equidistant between Detroit and Chicago.
Yeah.
So you can get in the car and get to Chicago in 3.5, Detroit 2.5.
Yeah.
So we're right there on that happy space there because you can get to Chicago, Detroit, Indianapolis, Columbus isn't too far. You keep going further east, so we in a good space. And then growing up there, you have influences from all over. So we listen to everything from Tribe to Big to Spice One to Outkast. So I grew up with all of that, and a lot of the big stars come from the Midwest. Prince and Madonna, and you know what I'm saying. Like that, it's a space for that. You know what I'm saying? So
Love it.
Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? Like
Gary. Rappers don't use equidistant.
I was just about to say, please make sure y'all pay attention to that word. Equidistant. Write that down. That's your homework for the day. Write down the word equidistant. Write that down. Go check that out. Come back to us next episode and tell us what that means. Somebody write it in the comments.
Sure.
Well, being that from an area like Grand Rapids, those areas aren't prominently known for hip hop. You know, you got your East Coast, your West Coast. They're not.
Absolutely.
That's not one of the soils that you go to for being hip hop. You know what I mean? So, how difficult was that coming from an area like that, but also just trying to stake your claim and stamp your, you know what I mean, your sound and what it is that brought you to the game?
I had a lot of support, a cheat code almost, if you will, because like my father collected records. So in my house, you know, it wasn't about sports or about building model trains and shit. It was about culture, about the art.
Nice.
So we had everything from Jackson 5 to Prince and Morris Day to Public Enemy and Next Clan and all of these different things. You know, LL and EPMD and just you know, even a lot of the southern music. So it's funny, I'm living in the South now because he had a lot of the Miami, you know, dance music and all that shit too, like MC Shadi, Kilo Ali, the Atlanta guys. So I grew up in a house where that was hip hop was just the thing.
Right.
He had like the fucking like the party speakers in the corner of damn near every room in the crib. You know what I'm saying? It was living it, man.
Really living it.
Like when I first started even getting into the music, and I first went to school, I used to stand and rap on the playground, and I knew a lot of songs all my peers didn't know. Because my father collected the records. So he was the guy that would take the vinyl and put the music from the vinyl to the cassette. So people would come by the crib and pick up tapes. He was like a DJ, I guess, in that respect, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be the new Public Enemy album come out, and he was putting the songs onto the cassette from the vinyl. So everybody had new cars, but nobody had...
you can't
everybody had vinyl on the crib. Everybody, you know, we grew up in the neighborhood we grew up in, everybody didn't have money, so if you had a car, that was a big deal. But you probably had vinyl at the crib. You didn't have cassettes and vinyl. So my dad, the guy that would buy the vinyl and the cassette, or tougher than another. He had both. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he had both. So you know, so I had a cheat code from him, and then also like my mother's from New York, and my brothers, everybody's from New York. So we go to New York for the summers and spend holidays out there. So I'll come back with. You know, growing up, you get Fubu and Dada and all the shit you see in the Source magazine that he didn't sell in Grand Rapids. But you know, I had fronts and shit when I was like 12. Like, I was coming back from New York with shit that nobody seen. Only when you flip through the Source you would see this shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's when New York was advanced.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what New York was ahead of
the curve. So I come back with all the shit they see in the Source. All the shit you see the rappers and shit wearing. I'd come back with all that shit. I had Wu wearing shit when nobody had it and shit like that because, you know, through my brother and through what was going on out there, I just, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't that difficult for me to escape the barriers of being in that space.
Just in that space.
But just to extend myself to the community, I got to shout out all the people out there that was moving around and doing music because we had an inspiration. Brothers was motivated. Brothers loved the culture. You know, everybody listened to Boot Camp Click and Mobb Deep and still listen to E40 and listen to, like, you know, niggas was tapped in. You know what I'm saying? So I give everybody I give everybody they want to. So, you know.
I like that.
I mean, you mentioned your brother. So I was fortunate to have an older brother in the industry. Shout out to Lord Digger. But your brother, you know, prominent figure in the game. What was that like? Having him there, because it doesn't feel like you leaned on that at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people had to kind of dig and research.
Nah.
What was that like?
That was deliberate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to earn mine. You know what I mean? I want to go out and get mine. You know, but my brother did do a lot for me personally. Growing up, teaching me a lot of things about the inner workings of the jungle. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead, do this, do that. I took all of those things, and then when I left Michigan and came down to Atlanta to go to school, I invited him to join me in what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had already did his thing with Wu and had his stuff out and everything, but me and Cannon and Drown were building our own thing. In a sense, we were building our own thing. I told him to come and fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I got paid it forward. Like, I paid it back. Paid it back was like, yo, I took all of those lessons from the neighborhood and turned it into something on my own. And invited him to, you know, to be a part of what we were doing. You know what I'm saying? So, and then even to this day, you know what I'm saying? Like, we branched out and we doing things in the community now that have nothing to do with music anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I own a nightclub in Grand Rapids. I mean, we had a coffee shop out there. I opened a dispensary last week. I mean, like, we doing some things out there that's, you know, it's a graduation day. For me, it's coming to age for me right now. You know what I'm saying? Own a spirits company, Motu Vigé. We make champagne. We make wine and vodka. I'm in 300 stores throughout the Midwest. 70 of those stores is in a Myers profile. Myers like the Publix of the Midwest. It's Fortune 500 grocery store.
Myers is huge in the Midwest.
You know what I'm saying? We're in 70 Myers stores. black owned.
Wow, that's big,
Ooh, brother.
While we're doing the dispensary,
right?
While we got the nightclub, while we got the coffee shop that also has booze as well, so it's the coffee shop bar at the same time.
Man, salute to that.
Doing market rate housing.
Salute to that, bro.
Opening up
salute to that, man.
Commercial real estate downtown. Yeah. We're opening up space with commercial spaces down, and then the residential space up top.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy right now. Right. It's crazy right now. We're buying real estate all over Michigan right now. So it's kind of crazy. And that's just a graduation. That's a matriculation from taking all of those rap experiences and all the lessons growing up as a young man and making it into something. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That's crazy, man.
So you take those lessons, and we get to Deutschmarks 3.
Yeah.
So I like to say some of the best albums that creators create, they tell a story from beginning to end. Some rappers go in there, they rap. Some rappers go in there, they just make songs. They make songs for the club. I feel like some of the best rappers, they make projects that tell a story from beginning to end. Listen to the project from beginning to end. You can hear growth. You can hear dialogue. But getting to the drop, it was like a culmination. And I think at the end of the song, you had like an edit added on to the end, like talk about the way to end the album.
For sure.
Yeah.
Shout out my man Nope.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
I thought it was the perfect ending to the project, but we're gonna get into that.
Sure.
But let's talk about your thought process going into making it.
For sure.
Like that, because that joint is wild.
Yeah. First and foremost, shout out to V Don, my brother V Don. Yeah. Prolific producer. My favorite producer, and I would say this even if I wasn't doing music with him. You know what I'm saying?
Where's he from?
Harlem.
Okay.
Uptown. Oh man, I gotta get that right too. You same thing.
Unfortunately,
shout out to Wagner. Shout out to Wagner. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Harlem.
You will be like that.
Yeah, Borough be like that.
I know how it is. I know how it is. Brooklyn guys, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, Harlem, man. But V Don he's a genius, man. Yeah, he's a genius. He's I don't know, man. He makes this shit. He throw him right over the plate for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I send his shit over the fence, right? But he throw me shit right over the plate, man.
Yeah.
And he'll call me, he'll text me, or we'll be in the lab, he'll play something. Nobody knows my style more than he does. He knows exactly where it needs to go. Right. So like he knows how to bring out the best in what I do. You know, he knows how to you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He shake the beehive, man. The bees is scared. You know what I mean? He knows just what to do. So when he sent me that joint for the drop, I was like, man, this shit sound like, you know what I mean? And he was telling me the whole time we was doing Deutschmarks 3. And Deutschmarks 3 is the third installment of the Deutschmarks series. Right. So if I haven't already, check Deutschmarks 1, check Deutschmarks 2. True. Check Blue Notes, check Heather Gray, check Catch Me If You Can. Me and we don't got several projects out. But Deutschmarks 3, he was like, yo, this is a Marvel film. So the first song you hear, that was a Batman. That was like the introduction. Like when you see a Marvel film come on, the very first song. You know what I'm saying? So when it got time for the drop, it was like, okay, now you got the bottom of the film. You know what I mean? Like this is the part where the film starts. That's why I gotta express my appreciation because you caught exactly what we did.
Yeah,
it was a film.
Yeah, it was a film.
Top
like
to bottom.
You can tell. Like it was the sound of it.
It was damn near a score. It was a score.
That's a perfect explanation.
It was a score for an action film. That's exactly what it was. Yeah. And then B Don always tell me, yo, you make James Bond rap, is what he said. And shout out to my man Jokes, man, my brother Jokes. He said the same thing. Like you coined the James Bond rap. Like he always say that about it. So if you listen to it, it's like a James Bond flick, like a Marvel, like a you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a superhero action flick.
Okay.
From the top to the bottom. So by the time the drop comes on, the money's man leaving with the girls over.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
She on his arm already. She on the way out the door.
The girls on my arm, the money's in the trunk. We out of here.
Yeah, that's it.
By the time the drop
room
comes
is booked.
That's it. We out of here, man. You know,
nice.
Driving off into the sunset. So that's what the drop is. The drop was good. You know what I mean?
When I first got introduced to you and heard your music, around that time I was rapping heavy, so I was in competitive mode, right? So I'm almost not picking people apart, but I'm like, all right, let me hear what's going on.
Right. You watching the tapes.
And then I heard this line that it made me feel like it made me chuckle, it made me feel okay, I got to go back in my bag and expand my mind. It made me like gravitate towards who you were as a person. And all you said was something as simple as charming young man, I could bag Lisa Kudrow. And it was like, it was crafted so perfectly within the middle of this verse.
Nice.
And I was just like, wow.
Who is this nigga? Right?
Like, who would say that? Because it's something I would say, but I hadn't thought of it.
Right.
And it was right there for you.
And it was there.
It was right there for you. Yeah.
So my respect was like, all right.
Okay.
He's different.
He pays attention.
He's different.
To the smaller things.
Yeah. And that's just, where does that come from? Like, do you watch a lot of television? Like, I hear the movie references. Like,
for sure.
Where does your style come from?
Damn, that's a loaded. Nobody's ever asked me that before. Shout out my bro L Sharp in here. Nobody never asked me that before. Where does my style come from? Damn. I'm just. I guess I'm a student of it all, right? I'm a student of the arts. I'm a student of culture. I'm a student of entertainment. I'm a student of pop culture. I'm a student of current events. I'm a student of I watch, I observe, you know what I'm saying? I don't get on the internet and say a whole lot, but I'm watching everything, you know what I'm saying? And I've always been one of those type of guys where I always thought the more I knew, the better off I'd be, you know what I'm saying? Like Nas said in the record, the more he said everything I seen meant something. So I always internalize that, like everything I had access to is going to add more to my tool belt, you know what I'm saying? So maybe I'm just coming up with ideas from things that I've saw, things that I read, things that I went through, but I'm an artist, man. I take all of this shit and transfer it into music. I don't give a fuck what it is. You know what I'm saying? It could be the first sip of a cup of coffee. Like that's there's something poetic in that first sip that can be translated into music. And I'm a sponge for that shit, man. I take everything and I do a lot, man. I own a lot of businesses. I travel a lot. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dad. You know what I'm saying? I take care of my family. Like, I move around. I be all over the world. Like I do shit. I'm active. So. Not only am I a sponge, but I put myself in places where I can absorb shit. You know what I'm saying? I think it just finds its way into the music.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I heard you mention fatherhood. How many children you got?
About one son.
One son. Okay. Nice. I'm gonna play this thing.
Hey, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it.
For sure.
Deutschmark. I hope you enjoy it. It's something really exclusive.
Right next track. Before the credits start rolling. You like privilege. Almost done. TCP. I threw caution to the wind for the win. I'm at the W. Whether W2 or W9, just make sure you doubling. The whiskey from Dublin. Double shots with the big shots. Big yachts. I'm troubleshooting. I'm shooting out in sports cars like a shooting guard. Dawn tootin'. These hoes hit below the belt. Now toot that ass up. I toot my own horn. Then count that cash up. I make my presence felt. As well as my absence, I'm a walking caption. Every associate won't be a captain. Niggas dying to become the boss. I'm Sugarloaf Country Club playing golf. Club soda with the lime wedge. You the type they might find dead, and I'll be fine with that. These snakes strike like a diamond back. I told my young nigga, fuck that diamond tap. My crib like the March of Dimes. After dinner, she a dime I tap. Catch a spinal tap. It's Deutschmarks 3. I'm just tapping in. The top fell inside the trunk. I collapsed it in. I got the drop. The Saint Victor got the flat trigger. Make my shit straight, you bitch ass nigga. I'm ready for the winter. I got the drop. I got the drop.
But first of all, just the fact that you use darn tootin', the verse is a win already. Just the fact that you work with the Yosemite Sam darn tootin' is gold for me. That's gold for me.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
The set off, right? I hit him right away, like, yo, check out the drop again.
Yeah.
So throw caution to the wind for the win.
Yeah.
You know, right there. Like,
like
there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Simple but effective. So
Right.
to use the homophone homophone right there.
And the alliteration.
Throw
Let's
caution
go
to the wind for the
Let's
win.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, take us to where you that start off. Like,
Yeah. That's it, man. Just the pros, man. What pros, man? Is like I said, being versed
right.
in culture, being versed in arts. I mean, win-win, right? Even if you don't enunciate the D, it's still the same thing as win.
Absolutely.
So how we say it, black people, we don't say win.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So do caution to the win for the win. But then like even better than it being real poetic and fancy, what the fuck I'm saying is serious.
Yeah, you got to.
Caution
Sometimes
to
you
the
got to
win
throw
for
caution
the
to the win
win.
for the win.
Took the risk.
You got to.
All I'm saying, I took a risk. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I could have easily said I took a risk, bitch.
Right. Yeah.
No.
I could have easily just did that, right? But let's find a more sophisticated way to articulate this concept, right?
Yes.
Do caution to the win for the win. So it's like not only is the food gourmet, but the plate fancy as a motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now the plate you served it on is a $50 plate. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
And that's one of the things we try to highlight and celebrate is we love the English language.
Same.
There's so many ways that you can use the English language
Same.
to mean different things,
Same.
but using them in context
Same.
means everything.
Same.
So
I take pride in that. If you go through my music, you can tell.
Right. Yeah.
I have my way
Yeah.
with this shit. You know what I'm saying? I have my way with it. I make myself at home with this shit.
Absolutely.
You know, that's what I do.
Yeah.
And that's why I like the concept of no bars off. See, when I started rapping as a young man, that's what I always said. I'm not setting up punchlines. My setup lines is deadly. Then the punchline gonna kill you. Like, it's like I'm no bars off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a punchline rapper.
Right.
I don't say just something so that the last word can rhyme with the word I really want to say next.
Right.
Sometimes when I be writing and I get an ill line, I make that the first word and challenge myself to make a better line after that.
This is why we.
You know what I'm saying?
Bar one.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Up top.
Exactly.
That first line is a punchline.
Yeah.
But I use that as a throwaway line.
Right.
And I'm gonna say something crazy after that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm confident that that's what I do.
That's the challenge.
I'm a student of this shit, man. I watch everybody since I was a
love
young man. I always said I gotta be like them or better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not taking nothing for granted. So
Right.
do caution to the win for the win. And I said I'm at the W, brought the W right back. See?
But not
Like,
yet. Hold on.
Yeah.
You didn't just bring the W back. You got the W, whether W2 or W9.
Right.
So we're going to keep the W.
Right.
But then we're going to make sure you double in. So we're going to keep the W. So we're going to keep the
Right.
double in there. So we
Right.
went from W to W2 to W9 to double in.
Right. Ooh.
So all of this is, so we all, again, we keeping this same alliteration.
Yeah.
But again, staying with the
And then
W,
double
don't
in.
caution to the win for the win.
Yeah.
But again, we going for the W. That's it.
Right.
Don't caution to the win.
Yeah.
Right.
Taking no risk. We going for the W. But I'm
And
at the
and a
W.
win is a W.
And win is a W.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm at the W.
Yep.
And it's whether W2, W9, whether I'm working for somebody, whether I'm an independent contractor for somebody, whatever it is.
Now I'm preaching entrepreneurship.
You know what I mean?
Now I'm preaching
Quickly too,
Man.
Now I'm preaching
Man.
economics.
And a half a bar.
And a half a
Half a
bar.
bar.
Just make sure you double. Like that's
sure.
the bottom line.
For sure.
That's the end result.
Now watch how sneaky this is.
Oh, I know.
There's a hotel group out of Vegas. It's called The Win.
W-Y-N-N.
So the
Oh, yeah.
caution to the win for the win. I'm at the W.
I'm
What's
at
the
the-
W hotel? But it
I'm
could
out.
mean
It
the
could-
win
it could be.
too.
I'm out.
Yeah, you ready to go?
Yeah. For sure. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, but
I'm telling you.
but this is these layers that we
Y'all
lay
invited me to the
hear.
show.
Exactly. And this
I'm
is why
here.
you're here. Any extra
It's gonna get
layer,
interesting.
any
It's
extra
gonna
layer
get
that we
interesting.
make,
Yeah,
please,
please.
Yeah,
Fill it in.
for sure.
please,
Yeah. And after the doubling,
yeah.
the whiskey, which is we're gonna
With
keep
another
that
W,
We're gonna keep
the W going.
The whiskey
Keep it
from-
going. Whiskey.
From doubling,
Oh,
and we were doubling in the last verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay,
whiskey starts with a W.
with a W,
Double.
yeah,
And it's from Dublin.
yeah, it's from doubling.
Man.
Double
then
shots,
Double shot. Now
double shots. We're still doubling.
So now we grab the
So
double.
we're doubling, and then we're doing double shots with the big shots.
shots.
Yeah,
So this
big
is,
yacht.
So when I said double shots, that's a segue. I'm pulling double from this, but
Gotcha.
then shots introduce the next line.
Next line.
Now we're going shots. Now shots
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
new thing now.
But then you troubleshooting though.
See, shots, shooting
You
shots.
shot, you
See,
troubleshooting.
that was the segue part
And
that
it-
brought this part to this.
and the trouble
part.
around with double. I'm with you, bro.
Nah,
with you.
I
I'm
can
with
see
you.
it.
I can't
see
listen.
it.
with you.
And
See,
then
I'm
the trouble
here.
round with
I'm
the
here.
double,
I'm here.
and he's still shooting
Yeah, still shooting.
because I'm shooting.
But then you shooting out in sports
How you
cars.
shooting
out
But
in
you
sports
shooting in sports cars, but you tie the sports to the shooting guard,
So it's shooting like you fast, shooting like you shooting.
but you're shooting in
And
sports.
that all came from shots. When I said it 3 lines ago, when I said shots.
Right.
So shots transformed into shooting.
And you know what Yosemite Sam used to say when he was busting them guns? Darn too. We still with the shots.
Still with the shooting. See what I'm saying?
All right.
This is what I be saying, man. Like, no bars off, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I want people to understand.
Hey, what we talking about? What we talking about? Yeah, what we talking about?
What it is to be a writer.
This is what we look for.
What you talking about?
There are a lot of MCs out there. There are young people out there doing this music thing. Mm-hmm. And the reason why we're not coming at youthful music or disrespecting what people are doing is because we decided to big up what we love. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we flipping it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're not going to complain about
we're not
complaining what you like.
We're not complaining.
We're going to uplift what we love and what brought us to this game.
Yeah.
Man.
The awe.
Just listen, there's something about poetry. Mm-hmm. Some people say a picture's worth 1,000 words, but I say sometimes words can paint better pictures.
Yeah.
And when it comes to throwing these lines together, and it's not just I want this rhyme to rhyme with this line. When it's attention to detail, and when it's use of the English language and it's command of the English language, this is what like when you have these layers and it can be meant this way, but I said this. If you have to think about what I said, then I have you. I have your attention. If it's not just right here in front of you, spoon fed for you, if you got to actually take some time to wonder is what it is I'm thinking about, I got you. I have your attention.
Because this is different rap. This is not just punchline here, punchline there, the joint. You know, this
you got to unpack this.
You got to unpack it.
It appreciates over time. That's why I love it. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Every time you listen to it, you're going to catch something else about it. Art usually does.
Art usually does.
So every time you play this, you're going to hear something else that you didn't catch the last time. Or something else like, oh shit, that was another thing. Depending on how you listening to it, when you're listening to it.
Yeah,
it's a lot to unpack here, man.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep going. When you said darn tootin', when these hoes hit below the belt, I toot that ass up. I toot my own horn.
Then count that cash up.
Then let's talk about that briefly. So darn tootin', we dealing with the shots. Mm-hmm. The hoes hitting below the belt. Mm-hmm. Now, are you talking about them actually serving you below the belt, or them hitting you with some type of insult?
All the above, but not insults.
Right.
Oh, man, I was cold, man. Cold.
Yeah.
Cold. But also serving you. You know what I'm saying? Everything I say, damn near got double meaning. There's nothing I'm saying that has a singular meaning.
Exactly.
Damn near ever.
Got you.
It's both.
Because I was thinking the back shots, because we still doing shots below the belt.
Right. Even that too. See, it
all
goes.
And
then toot that ass up.
Yeah.
And that's why. To keep it from being too misogynistic, that's why I said toot that ass up, because now it's like it's a sexual thing. It's not an insult. You know what I'm saying? Now it's. But if you want to take it that way, it splinters. You can go that way too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is what we're talking about.
And then I gotta pull it back to my own horn. That way, I'm not getting drugged. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? It's still sturdy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it go both ways.
Wow,
man. Make my presence felt.
Yeah.
As well as my absence. I'm a walking caption.
And then Felt pulled the word belt back from below the belt. So you gotta go. Can't leave belt hanging out there. It's out there. You gotta go get it. So you gotta say, make my presence felt, just to pull belt back. So belt isn't the arbitrary word hanging out there.
Just out there.
Which I don't mind. Sometimes I do throw arbitrary words out there. Not really cliffhangers, but in that instance, I went back and got the word belt. I braced belt with felt. Presence felt. I had to go get it. So, you know what I'm saying?
Making your presence felt, that is a known phrase.
Right.
But to follow it up with absence.
As well as my absence.
My absence.
Most people don't say make my absence felt.
No, I'm telling you. And that's more important.
That's way more important.
As you get older, you respect that.
You respect that one.
Yeah. That's when you get older.
That's the one you respect.
When you go through more, you realize.
Yeah, I think that one is better. Yeah.
It's a better phrase.
I'd rather my absence be felt than my presence.
As you get older, as you get more wisdom, you go through more in life, you realize it's more important for people to feel you in your absence than your presence. You know what I'm saying? And then presence felt in the absence could be a good way, could be a bad way. I didn't specify. You know what I'm saying? Either way.
Oh.
Right?
But in my absence being felt, I'm a walking caption.
Wow.
Take with that what you will. Mm-hmm. do with that what you will.
And not to be arrogant, because all the praise go to God, but we doing some real interesting things right now, man. You know what I'm saying? The things niggas be talking about, we really doing that shit, man. Right. Like, for real. From the art to the business to the community, like, we really building right now. We tapped in. So when I said that, it's just, people get off from having fancy captions, but you know what I'm saying? I'm living all that caption shit. That's what I was saying. Like I'm really doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
I love that.
That was a little elbow to current social media and shit.
Yeah.
That was a little nudge to that. You know what I'm saying?
To say every associate won't be a captain, and you know people are dying to become the boss. Explain that.
That was a reference to the hierarchy in the mafia. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You come into the mafia as an associate, and then if you know you pay your dues or whatever, you put that pain in, you become a captain, become a capo. But that don't happen for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And the mafia is just a reference I use, but just in life. You might have done everything you thought you should have did. You still may not graduate to that next space. It's bees like that. Sometimes everybody not gonna make it. That's all I was saying. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not gonna make it. And then next down to become the boss, people crash out behind not being able to quote unquote make it. You know what I'm saying? Like you wanted this so bad, you'll fuck around and you would die trying to get to it.
You'll do whatever trying to get to it.
Through all of that, right? Through all of the tribulations and turmoil through that, the fact remains everybody just ain't gonna make it. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
That's the reason why it's only 2 rounds in the NBA draft. There's thousands of collegiate players. There's 60 spots.
Who dedicated their life to basketball.
And there's 60 spots.
Exactly.
Somebody can't make it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But this is the line that kind of took me out because I think people might have missed this one.
Okay.
Now, I'm in Sugarloaf Country Club playing golf. But the club soda with the lime wedge, I'm sure people missed that. Like the whole club lime wedge. Wedge is a type of a golf club too. You got pitching wedge, sand wedge.
Yo,
you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? When you have it's crazy. So like Sugarloaf Country Club, okay, we know this is a golf club. We know it.
Yo, this is crazy.
But to say club soda, you in the club. I mean, club soda, that's something that you would have at a country club. You're not gonna go to a country club and have Henny and Coke.
No,
you're not gonna do that.
You're not gonna do that.
You have club soda, but the lime wedge, you do that in there.
Yeah.
People might skip by it, but that's also a golf reference in club. Come on, man. Yeah, that line took me. I was like, wait a minute. Is anybody hearing this?
I hope, man.
Or am I the only one that's listening right now?
I appreciate them, but I'm glad I'm in, man.
Sugarloaf was fancy too.
Sugarloaf is very fancy.
Yeah, for sure.
Very fancy.
And then to switch it up and say you the type they might find dead.
And I'd be fine with that.
I'll be fine with that. As much murder, death, kill bars I've heard in my life. This is probably the most sincere,
the most non-violent way. Because I'm not going to do anything.
Endearing. Like
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, the end result is you're the type.
Yeah,
they just may find it.
Yeah.
I may not have nothing to do with it. I won't say that I do.
This is something I would go to the schools and tell the young high school thugs, like, yo, you're the type that they might find.
They might find.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that.
I'd be fine with that.
For sure, you know what I mean? That's some perspective on the murder kill.
Right.
It's a more mature, honest perspective.
Absolutely.
It's very honest.
Yeah.
Very honest. Some people are out here wilding.
Man.
You're
type. I know how this story ends. Crazy.
For sure.
You got this next one because I'm
These snakes strike like a diamondback. I told my young nigga, fuck the diamond taps and leave that lean, sir. Leave all that shit alone.
For sure.
My club, but listen, to take the dime out of diamond tap. My crib like the march of dime. Right? After dinner, you go back to diamond tap and say she a dime I tap.
Oh man.
Shit.
Oh.
Is anybody listening? Yo,
oh man.
These you going back and forth, you taking pieces of words, going to the next line, going back 2 bars later.
You just took from the word dime, just the dime part of dime, and made threw a whole party with that piece of that word. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably why I thought about the young dudes when you talk to them and told them, about the
for sure.
So you said
it set up a conversation about reckless behavior.
It does. It does.
It set up a conversation about this now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, put it in my brain.
The first thing you thought was young people. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting. We're talking about reckless behavior.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Reckless behavior of any kind.
Of any kind.
Yeah. And the diamond tap, worked in the schools for many years, so I've seen the effects of the lean and what they're doing.
Yes, sir.
And it's serious.
Couple young guys close to me tried to ride the wave years ago, and when I came back home, I was talking about young boys. I'm like, nah, fuck that. We don't do that. We're kings. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't do that. We don't do that. You know, it's cool.
Right.
I respect. You know, I party. Everybody hang out. You know what I'm saying? But we got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was one of the first people in my circle that was telling the young boys that ain't what's up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not dissing nobody that do that. I'm not fronting on the culture of that. If that's what you do, that's what you do.
Yeah.
But at some time, we got to get our boundaries.
Yeah.
Somebody
got
to
to
hoist our boundaries, man. You know what I'm saying?
At some point, somebody got to step in and say, that's not okay.
Come on, man.
It got to be a line.
We're not going to do everything.
Yeah, it got to be a line drawn.
God damn. We ain't going to do it all. Everything they give us, we ain't going to do all of it. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
So you made sure to tap the dime after dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Very,
makes sense.
very gentlemanly.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You know.
And then, march it down, like women coming in and out the house.
In and out the
March
house.
it down,
Yeah.
you know what
So
I'm
this
saying?
dime I tap after dinner.
Yeah.
We got this.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
very visual. Very visual.
March it down.
Isn't that like a charity?
Yeah, for sure. So you know that speaks to all another.
But it's just a march, a steady march of.
But to say your crib
Yeah.
is like a march.
Like the march of dimes.
And then at the crib.
Yeah.
And then go
great.
back to
Let's
the
get
diamond
into,
tap.
let's get into it, man.
That's,
Like this is.
Yeah.
That's pretty brilliant,
This is what
sir.
we're talking about,
appreciate y'all,
man.
Yeah, that's pretty brilliant. And to say, catch a spinal tap,
Yeah.
to use that tap again.
Yeah.
Go back to
and then just keep with it. I'm just tapping in. That's
tapping
it.
in. Yeah.
I'm just tapping in.
Yeah.
The top fell inside the trunk. I collapsed it in
Because
because I got the drop. I got the drop.
But I got the drop as a double entendre.
It's a double entendre.
Speak on it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I got to drop the double
The
entendre
automobile,
goes.
the drop, but
Got
also
you.
the drop. I'm plugged in. I got the information. I got the lowdown on the information. So I got the drop. It's like, I'm in the know. But it also is the drop. You know what I'm saying? It's like the whip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the title itself is an entendre.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
The drop.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Man.
We just shot that video too. We went up to Blue Ridge, shot this shit in the mountains.
Okay.
Those flukes
Blue
sound
Ridge?
like the mountains to me. You know what I'm saying? So we
yeah.
shot it there. We pulled the drop up in the city and took it down. So it's crazy.
Okay,
It's
Blue
coming
Ridge
soon.
video.
Shout out to Safe House Media. My young boy
Gotcha.
Josh, man. Shout out to Safe House, man. Yeah.
Videos
Sure.
of Blue Ridge.
Blue
Oh,
Ridge.
yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, it's
The
crazy.
mountains.
Oh yeah, we're in the mountains.
This guy, you ain't run into a bear out there, did you? In Blue Ridge?
Man, I'm
Just
telling
might.
you.
Sky Zoo in the building.
For sure. Shout out to Sky Zoo, man. Yo, Burger Bistro ATL,
sir.
man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
we
saying?
got-
commercial break real quick.
we gotta pick up-
Sky Zoo, Burger
Yeah, we got
Bistro,
to pick up
man.
these shirts.
You gotta pick
man.
up. These are the
These are the
staff
employee
shirts. These are the employee staff shirts.
Yeah, man.
Apparently, ain't no employee getting this one back. So
Fire.
Yeah.
I guess-
We ain't playing about this food in here, man.
Yeah, that's
man.
right. This food is-
Please tap in if you are in the city of Atlanta. Women in Douglasville have already gave it rave reviews.
Yeah, they like the
How
money
they
out here.
feel.
So once they give you the okay, you good money.
Yeah, beautiful.
So hey,
Beautiful.
Word. What was the last line of St. Victor? The flag.
flag trigger.
Yeah.
If you know, that's the AR-15 with the flat trigger.
With the flat trigger.
Literally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Instead of the
saying?
hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, man. Yeah, this is what we do, man. This one is
Yeah.
this is one of the ones.
And then the last line, make my shit straight.
Make my shit straight.
That's a meme. My son and them, they showed me that when I was writing this record. He showed me the meme. This dude's getting a haircut and he's messing the dude line up. He said, make my shit straight, bitch ass nigga. So,
I think I saw that.
So the trigger's straight. So
Right, then that's a flat trigger.
So,
nice.
right.
Man.
Yeah.
And this is why he's here.
For sure.
This is why he's here.
That's
to
a
do
meme.
it.
That's a
Yeah,
TikTok
yeah,
meme.
yeah.
I just threw it in there.
This is why he's
Talking
here.
about the young guys and all that. So let's
Right.
bring it right back. You
Bring
know?
it circling back with him.
Yeah.
Nah, we appreciate this, man.
Man, this is-
Absolutely, man.
The drop was, that was the one that we just felt like the wordplay, like you said, wizardry on it. We
Yeah.
kept catching stuff.
For sure.
So we was like, we gotta have fun, and
Yeah, that's
down,
y'all picked a good one to break down.
Yeah,
That's a good
that's
one.
the one.
a good
That's
yeah,
one.
yeah. I know
That's
you.
the
definitely
rabbit
one.
out the hat right there.
Yeah, you
For
mentioned
sure.
how my people feel. I don't want to go,
Sure.
too long with that, but I want you to at least just talk about the song,
Right.
How my people
what that
feel.
meant to you.
Right.
Yeah.
I mentioned that when you asked me which one I want to break down.
initially.
I threw that at you because that was That's one of my favorite records on that album.
Yeah.
It's an important song.
Yeah.
The things I'm saying on there are very, very important,
Right.
and they reflect where I am in life right now,
Yeah.
and what's going on right now. So when I got an opportunity to have this platform to speak, I wanted to just draw attention to that record.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
It's a dope record too.
For sure.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. Any lines in there that
I mean, the whole
really-
shit from the top to the bottom. I mean,
Yeah.
it starts off the right to bear arms. Psalms on the arms of my niggas. I got that from Hov. So,
Right.
on the Aleph, I say dynasty. On the Ablix, that's the dynasty intro. I make sure I pay homage
Give 'em love.
to the big
Yeah.
homie. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Psalms on the arms of my niggas. I said, palms up, let us pray, making dhikr. So in Islam, Muslim. So in Islam, for forgiveness, it's called dhikr. So you say the name of Allah 100 times. It's repentance. It's what you do. So palms up, let us pray, making dhikr. I say forgiveness.
Yeah.
And I say blood and oil, which one is thicker? You know, it's blood and water normal.
Right.
But I mentioned oil because Islam is rooted in,
Yes.
in the Middle East. So it's blood and oil, which one is thicker?
Yeah.
And now it becomes a more heightened conversation as well. Of course, blood and oil are different in their consistencies,
Right.
Yeah.
but blood and oil are kind of similar in consistencies. So now it's more of a toil to talk about.
Yes.
Blood and oil, the viscosity of blood and oil is similar. So now we're talking about something. Blood and oil one's thicker. And then I bring water back because oil and water.
That's
It's
your
water
reason.
under the
Right.
bridge, so I bring it back.
Got you.
Water
Okay.
under the bridge, so
Okay.
we're going to leave water out there, we're going to bring it back. Water under the bridge, bigger cribs, gentrify where we used to live. Now you know, they can tell you right now, tell your granny don't sell her house. Tell your old auntie don't sell her crib.
Yeah.
So when we grew up back, they buying them houses, renovating them, and running us up out of there. You know, flipping them.
Very much so.
You know what I'm saying? Bigger cribs, gentrified. You probably live in a house now, or people you know live in houses now in the same city you grew up in that's smaller than the house they grew up in. You know what I'm saying?
That is how it goes.
Bigger cribs, gentrified. The house I grew up in was little, was in a neighborhood now where my friends couldn't afford to live there, right? Gentrified where we used to live. And I said, and I spoke to that from a hero perspective. We insist on being a part, not a part of the prophets.
Right.
I want to be a gentrifier. I don't want to be a victim of gentrification.
Right.
So we insist on being a part, not a part from the prophets. But let me start. Then I get ignorant. Shots from the Draco make you niggas lay low. I gotta say that because I was getting too deep.
Yeah,
I gotta bring it
you
back.
gotta bring it back, bring it back.
So they get
Yeah, so you niggas
I
had it.
gotta bring it back.
Exactly.
Shots from the
Yeah,
Draco make you niggas lay low. And then I say something. You really not a boss till you accountable for payroll. Now that's perspective. Shout out to Sky Zoo.
Very accurate,
So
too.
they probably could
Yeah,
tell you
yeah.
it's a different operation. We're
Very-
responsible for other people's
Very accurate.
well-being. Now it's
Yeah.
different now,
Very
right?
accurate.
It's a different conversation. I know I own businesses. I know what it's like to be responsible for my employees' well-being, their families. You're not a boss until you're in that seat. And I said, okay, speaking of, provisions for the jackals, castles for our mothers. That's where the money goes, right? We take care of our people, and we take care of our people's people. Provisions for the jackals, castles for our mothers. Back to the cribs, gentrification. We just talked about that. So bigger cribs for our mothers now.
Right.
Punk motherfuckers cannot exist among us. More ignorance. But I can do my numbers. See, after all of that, I can lead us here. But I can do my numbers in Rancho Cucamonga amongst the whoremongers. So I can go out there and get on some illegal shit, and I can't go get money. Whatever. I'm doing this shit the right way, but I can really go. You know what I'm saying?
I got another route.
Yeah.
Right.
I can do my numbers in Rancho Cucamonga amongst the whoremongers, but then I'm back before the summer. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, or Rancho
Rancho
Cucamonga ranch.
Cucamonga, bring that
Meanwhile,
back.
back at the ranch, it's an avalanche. The money's coming.
Yeah.
Avalanche. Black Blanche Devereaux. Blanche Devereaux from the Golden Girls.
Girls.
She was a lawless, kind of loose
We
party
know.
girl.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Black Blanche Devereaux danced with the debonair nigga. Devereaux and debonair, French words. Debonair nigga, take a glance. And I say, fuck a olive branch. You niggas know me. You niggas owe me. First and foremost, no second place trophies. I teach my son that. Ain't no fucking second
Yeah,
place.
ain't no
You don't believe in that.
participation.
I don't believe in participation trophies.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Okay, so you won or you didn't. Like,
That's it.
that's it.
What
Second
Ricky
place
Bobby
trophy.
say? You either
Yeah.
first
First you last.
or you
Or you
last.
last.
Say
That's
first
it.
and foremost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
second
that's-
is
yeah,
the
but
first.
first
Second
and
is the first
foremost.
loser.
Yeah, basically.
Period. You know what I'm saying? But that's a mentality. That's a
Yeah.
mentality. A
Absolutely.
second place trophy. And I say, yo, the crib's surrounded by oak trees. So now we out in the suburbs. We got our big house. The crib's surrounded by oak trees, older neighbors who got kids my age. So I'm living by people who are already established. Who got kids my age. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going into that. conversation. I say, establish like a nigga supposed to be. Speaking to that. No grass stained monarchs, no pair of Oakleys. You know, your pop, your grandma, your granddad got the monarch Nikes on the grass. Established like a nigga supposed to be. No grass stained monarchs, no pair of Oakleys. You see people out in the suburbs, Oakleys.
That's all they got. Shit, the thing that go around their neck.
Yeah, the whole shit. So, speaking to that, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Go to Sabres, infrared laser, get into that, you know what I'm saying? And then for life, married to this paper, just that whole record is about progression. It starts from our experience in the inner city.
Right.
And then it ends in the suburbs.
Ends in the burbs.
As we spoke about the issues that taken us through this route between where we grew up at to the suburbs. It's a very important record, man. It's a very important record.
Nah, we felt it.
And then Vidon has a sample. I know my people feel it's saying in the background the whole time. I'm talking to our experience. You know what I'm saying? It's a very important record, man. You know what I'm saying?
Record is definitely amazing.
Man, I don't even know how to sum this up. Like this is this is a blessing.
Just appreciate your having me.
It's a blessing. It's everything from what we've always talked about in terms of building businesses, building brands together. Again, shout out to my man Sky Zoo for having us here. Burger Bistro ATL. But this was for my man Willie to come through and break these bars down with us. We have fun with it, but being able to get it from the actual creator and author of them, it's a different feeling. But just it feels good to know we're not crazy. We ain't missing nothing. We didn't miss much. We didn't miss much.
The way y'all unpacked it, man, it made it all worth it for me, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
That's all we won.
Y'all won. Yo, make sure y'all follow Motu Vigel on Instagram. MOTU_VIGET. Black owned spirits, champagne, wine, vodka. Make sure you follow Sip Coffee and Cocktails. We're in the city, coffee shop, bar as well. Motu Lakeshore. Make sure you follow Boco Middleville is our dispensary, the first black-owned dispensary in West Michigan, and Phil's Canopy coming very soon. A whole cannabis experience. We're doing grow, we're doing retail, we're doing consumption lounge, restaurant, and amphitheater on 4 acres of land out in West Michigan. So minority owned as well. Make sure y'all check for us, man. You know, Deutsche Mark Street right now. Go stream that.
Legacy. Black excellence.
What else can we say?
Man? Again, we appreciate y'all for checking us out. We appreciate you for coming out, Willie.
Yes.
Deutsche Mark Street album, y'all. If y'all ain't hear it yet, go check it out.
Go get it.
Tap in. No bars off. We out here, man. Again, in the building, live and in the building. Douglasville, GA.
Yes.
We appreciate y'all, man.
No bars off. Whatever y'all doing live.
Yes, sir. Whatever y'all doing live.
Take no bars off. Peace.
Real spitters take no bars off. MCs take no bars off.